What's going on, guys? This is Tony Hannity from LazyTechGuys.com, and we are going to take a little bit of a phone tour on my Galaxy S4. So right off the bat, this is the 16GB Galaxy S4 on Verizon Wireless. And first off, my lock screen is an app called Locket. So this is basically a lock screen replacement that every time I unlock my phone or turn on the screen, I get a different ad, and essentially every time I unlock the screen, I get paid. So there's parameters to that, but I can either swipe left to go to the website pertaining to that ad itself, or I can swipe right to just unlock normally. And so this is my lock screen here, and I'm actually using the Nova launcher and using an app packet or a skin called Through Glass, which was made by an acquaintance of mine, Thomas Schwartz. So this is very similar to the apps that you might find on Google Glass in terms of the design of it, with the circular app icons and the gray colors, and he has different colors as well too. Thing about me, I don't like having multiple home pages, so I really depend on the different folders and depend on separating certain applications that I use often within those front folders. So I like to see my calendar right off the bat. So here's my day-to-day calendar slightly to the side. I use the camera often because I have kids. Obviously those kids need entertainment, so they have games as well as for me. Also in social, these are all the different social media and social networks that I'm a part of actively. And for those who don't know, Seismic is basically Twitter. So I have my LTG Tony as well as the Lazy Tech Guy Twitter feed on here. And then also another kind of gamified social network would be Landlord, which is essentially Monopoly and Foursquare had a baby, and boom, you have Landlord. So that's actually a little fun game that we have a review on LazyTechGuys.com, so find out more there. Next to that is music. So I have a lot of different music applications, but the one that I use most often these days is actually Pocket Cast. I am very addicted to the different podcasts that comes through, aside from ours, obviously. But the one that I'm listening to pretty much all day, every day for at least the past 2 weeks are the different podcasts from the guys at Stuff You Should Know, which is essentially the Science Channel, or Discovery.com. And then also, obviously, I have Twit, the whole network from Twit, The Verge, and Gadget, and all those guys too. And then I also subscribe to Play Music All Access, but I do also have Slacker in terms of the free one. And then to get music recognition, I either use Google's or Shazam or SoundHound, depending on how independent the music is. Sometimes if it's really independent, Shazam and SoundHound don't find it, but for whatever reason, Google does. So I go through all of them. And then if it's that one song that I really want to use as a ringtone, I have Music Downloader. But most of my music that I purchased is going to be through Play Music. And then navigation I use quite often. I'm on the road a lot with my new day job. And then for video, it's kind of a combination of the different video apps that I use with YouTube and Netflix, but then also kind of my second screen video apps like Fandango, FX Guru, which allows you to kind of put Hollywood style movie effects into your video. And then IMDb, I cannot live without them. If I'm watching anything on Netflix or watching anything on TV, I'm like, oh, I think I've seen that actor somewhere. I just fire up IMDb and then boom, there's that actor. Pretty cool. Email, pretty short and sweet. We've got LTG email there, my Gmail there. Chat, it's a little redundant here with chat, simply because I have in chat I have Voxer, if you still use Voxer, Facebook Messenger, Google Hangouts, and then messaging, which is basic text messaging. I have text messaging in here as well as down here on the sway bar. But then next to that, I have the Play Store, Gallery, which for UI purposes, it really should be closer to camera, but whatever. Voice, I don't actually use the Verizon voicemail system. I use Google Voice, and actually I should do a how-to video to do that, because it's really handy to have your voicemail in the cloud, so you can always revert back to it if you don't have cell service and you really need to listen to that very, very important voicemail. Believe me, it's happened to me a few times and it's been very, very helpful. In terms of photo editing, I use Snapseed, which was recently acquired again by Google, or Nick Software, and then PhotoGrid, which is a really very easy, user-friendly, free software to kind of customize multiple photos into one collage to upload to apps like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, things like that. Down here, this is kind of a cool feature which I don't use, but down here are the quick launch apps. You have your normal access to all your different apps here, and then the 4 main apps that I use on a regular basis: phone, like I said, text messaging, Google Chrome, and then for my news every day I use Pulse. I know a lot of people say, you use Google Currents or Feedly or whatever other news reader that you. I have grown very accustomed to Pulse. I have it on my iPad. I've had it on other Android tablets, and it's been probably one of the best, if not the best, news aggregator that I've come to use on a day-to-day basis. I get push notifications when it's like breaking news. I love it. You can have multiple screens if you want, and obviously I don't, but also down here you can too. You can swipe left to right, and I can add more apps down here if I wanted to. That's obviously just up to you. It's a design thing. It's part of Nova Launcher. What I love about the Nova Launcher is I don't have my phone rooted. I have the know-how on how to do it. I just don't want to do it. But Nova Launcher allows you to kind of customize your everyday use case of the phone to be a little bit more of what you would want your phone to act like, what you would want your phone to look like, things like that. And then in terms of other apps that I have on here, aside from the apps that are already downloaded, one thing that Nova Launcher allows you to do is you can hide apps. So obviously there's the bloatware apps that come on the phone, especially with Verizon, but there's very few bloatware apps that you'll see on here when I go through the different apps on here. 1 Second Every Day is an app that we reviewed as well. It's a Kickstarter project app, and it allows you to take 1 second of video every single day of your life and kind of put that into a video collage. And yeah, everything else is pretty standard. Barcode scanner, Adobe Reader, Cuckoo. That's the another Kickstarter project, which was a Cuckoo smartwatch. Gotta say, doesn't really work with the Galaxy S4. It works fine with the iPad. So, yeah, it is what it is. Dropbox, Facebook, Fandango, Flashlight. Yeah, so Groupon. So there you have it. Pretty simple, pretty sweet. In terms of like other setup on here, in terms of like what you want to customize your Nova Launcher to be, there's a myriad of customization. So I'm not going to go through it whatsoever because it's going to bore most of you guys. But download Nova Launcher. I think it's free to download, but then to unlock more capabilities, you have to pay for it. Which it's definitely worth it if you're the type of person that really wants to dive in deep into the customization of your experience with your phone. And yeah, so that's what I use every single day. This is my daily driver. This is my go-to phone. I have a Motorola Razr M, but why would I go to that after this? So thank you very much. If you have any questions or comments, leave that in the section below here on our YouTube channel, Lazy Tech TV, and make sure you follow us on all the other social networks: Twitter, Facebook, Google+, Pinterest, Feed, App.net. I mean, we're pretty much everywhere. Just Google us, type in Lazy Tech Guys. The only thing that is different is our YouTube channel, which is here obviously, but it's Lazy Tech TV. So please subscribe. We definitely appreciate it. Please hit that like button, and we will talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.